So how much guaranteed retirement income can you get with $400,000 in St. Louis, Missouri? So if you're planning for retirement, this is the question that matters most. And here's the reality. The old 4% rule says that you can get $16,000 a year adjust for inflation. But what if I told you that with the right strategy, you could see up to $64,800 a year? That's 4 times as much. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how couples in St. Louis are turning $400,000 into a lifetime of guaranteed retirement income. We'll break down the numbers, we're going to bust the myths, and reveal the one decision that could mean thousands more in your pocket every year. Now stay with me, because what you learn here could change your retirement forever. Let's start with the 4% rule. For decades, retirement income planning meant withdrawing 4% of your savings each year and hoping it would last. But here's the problem. The world has changed. Interest rates are lower. Markets are more volatile. And retirees, well, they're living longer than ever. And the numbers tell the story. Traditional 4% rule, $16,000 a year just for inflation, that's $13,333 a month from $400,000. Morningstar's 2026 benchmark says $15,880 per year. That's $1,323 per month. Pfau and Dawkins academic 2026 benchmark, $11,840. That's $987 per month. So imagine trying to live on $1,333 a month in St. Louis. That's not a dream retirement. That's barely getting by. And here's the real risk. The 4% rule was built for a different era, when bonds paid much higher interest rates and markets were more predictable. Today, if the market drops in your first few years of retirement, a risk called sequence of returns, your nest egg could shrink fast and your income could run out. Dr. Wade Pfau says 77% of your retirement plan success lies in the returns you get in the first 10 years of retirement. Now, most people don't realize the research has moved on. Relying on the 4% rule for retirement income is like driving with a map in the 1980s. It's outdated and it could cost you your lifestyle. So let's introduce the Lifestyle First retirement planning philosophy. So people ask, what's the alternative? Well, it's called Lifestyle First retirement planning, and it's an absolute game changer. So what does Lifestyle First mean? Well, it means that we start with your vision for retirement, not just your account balance. What do you want your retirement to look like? Do you want to travel, spend time with family, volunteer, or simply enjoy peace of mind? We ask, what's the monthly income you need to cover your essentials? Housing, healthcare, food, utilities, before you even think about extras. But then we ask, what's the most important aspect of you fully enjoying retirement? What are your non-negotiable adventures, experiences, and memories with loved ones? Then we say, welcome to the income floor concept. So in Lifestyle First planning, the first step is building a guaranteed income floor. This is the amount you need every month to cover those your non-negotiable expenses and your essential bills. And when all those are covered by guaranteed retirement income, that's going to arrive every month no matter what the market does. When that happens, everything changes. You stop worrying about the next market drop. You stop making fear-based decisions. You sleep better at night knowing your lifestyle is protected. Then there's the emotional and psychological benefit. So let's picture 2 retirees. One wakes up every morning, checks the stock market before pouring their coffee. They're worried about whether they can afford groceries this month. The other has a guaranteed income foundation. They know their bills are paid, their lifestyle is secure, and they can actually enjoy retirement. Travel, see grandkids, or just relax. That's the freedom Lifestyle First planning delivers. Now, how it differs from traditional planning. So traditional planning asks, how much do you have? And tries to make those withdrawals last. Lifestyle planning, it flips the script. How much do you need every month for life? And how do we lock that in? It's about building your retirement around your goals, not just your savings. Then we have tax optimization. Lifestyle First planning also integrates tax optimization. See, taxes don't disappear in retirement, and a smart plan makes sure more of your retirement income stays in your pocket, not Uncle Sam's. So we use strategies like the 6-link tax cascade with strategic Roth conversions to minimize taxes and maximize after-tax income. Lifestyle First planning gives you market independence. When your income floor is covered by guaranteed retirement income, you're free to let your investments work for long-term growth. You're not forced to sell in a down market just to pay the bills. And you're not forced to sell winners either, allowing them to grow and compound. Your lifestyle is protected no matter what the market does. We also have customization. See, every retiree is different. Maybe you want to travel twice a year. Maybe you want to stay close to home. Lifestyle First retirement planning is built around your numbers, your goals, and your timeline. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's your retirement your way. So, introducing guaranteed lifetime income. So you're probably wondering, Kurt, how do we build that income floor? Well, the answer is guaranteed lifetime income. Guaranteed retirement income means income that you cannot outlive. Income that shows up every month for the rest of your life, no matter how long you live or what happens in the market or what interest rates do. Guaranteed lifetime income, in our practice, we like to call it protected lifetime income. So protected lifetime income, or PLI, is income that is secured by the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. And here's the key. When you start building your PLI plan years before retirement, you're investing in your future income at wholesale prices. Wait until the month before you retire and you're paying retail. In the retirement income world, wholesale versus retail isn't a small difference. Believe it or not, it can mean tens of thousands of dollars per year. So let's see what that looks like for real couples in St. Louis. We've got the 4 St. Louis couple scenarios. So we're going to meet 4 couples in St. Louis, Missouri, each with $400,000 saved for retirement for income. Their situations are different, but their question's the same. How much guaranteed retirement income can we get, and how does timing change the answer? Scenario A is going to be they're both age 57, they're going to retire at 62. So meet Mark and Lisa. As I said, they're both 57, they're working in St. Louis, and they're dreaming of retirement at age 62. They want to travel, help with grandkids, and never worry about running out of money. If they act now, they get $39,356 per year. That's $3,280 per month. If they wait until 62, it's $27,060 a year. That's $2,255 a month. The difference, that $12,300 more per year, is $1,025 more per month. That's 45.4% more income just starting 5 years earlier. Compare that to the 4% rule. The old rule gives them $16,000 per year, adjust for inflation, 59% less than the Act Now PLI scenario. So ask yourself, would you rather have $3,280 a month or $1,333 a month? That moves up a little with inflation. That's the power of acting early. Now we've got scenario B. Both age 55, wanting to retire at age 65. So meet James and Maria. They're 55, planning to retire at 65. They want to see the world and enjoy their hobbies. If they act now, $60,156 per year. That's $5,013 per month from $400,000. If they wait until age 65, it's $30,720 a year. That's $2,560 per month. The difference is $29,436 more per year. That's $2,453 more per month. 95.8% more income. That's nearly double. Compared to the 4% rule, the 4% rule gives them $16,000, adjust for inflation, per year. 73% less than the Act Now PLI scenario. So pause a minute and let that sink in. Nearly double the income just by planning ahead. Next, we've got scenario C. They're both 60, age 60, who want to retire at 67. So meet Susan and David. They're 60, looking at retirement at age 67. They want to spend time with family and maybe buy a camper. If they act now, it's $48,496 per year. That's $4,041 per month from that $400,000. If they wait until 67, it's $31,200 per year. That's $2,600 per month. The difference is $17,296 more per year, or $1,441 more per month. That's 55.4% more income. Comparing that to the 4% rule, the 4% rule gives them $16,000 per month or per year. Adjust for inflation, that's 67% less than the Act Now PLI scenario. What could you do with an extra $1,441 a month? That's groceries, a car payment, or a trip to see the grandkids. Now, scenario D, both are age 60, but they want to retire at 70. Finally, let's meet Bill and Carol. They're 60, planning to work until 70. They want to maximize their income and they want to leave a legacy. So they act now. They get $64,800 per year. That's $5,400 a month from that $400,000. If they wait until 70, it's $32,160. That's $2,680 per month. The difference is $32,640 more per year, or $2,720 more per month. 101.5% more income. That's more than double. And you compare it to the 4% rule. The 4% rule, remember, gives them $16,000 a year, adjust for inflation. 75% less than the Act Now PLI scenario. That's the power of time and action. The earlier you act, the more income your money can generate for life. Do you notice a pattern? In every scenario, acting early produced dramatically more income, guaranteed income. The pattern is clear. Time is your greatest asset. Now, why timing is everything. So let's talk about why timing matters so much. In protected lifetime income, the longer your accumulation phase is before income, up to a point, and we've found that as a 10-year window before retirement seems to be the sweet spot. That means the more income you can lock in. Time is the engine. When you act early, you're locking in a higher income rate on a growing base. Wait, and you're buying the same income at a higher cost per dollar received. Think of it like buying a house. Nobody waits until the last minute to lock in their mortgage rate. You want the best rate? As early as possible, because waiting costs real money. In scenario B, the difference between acting now and waiting was nearly $30,000 per year. Over 25 years of retirement, that's almost $750,000 in lost income. These aren't small numbers. They're life-changing. The cost of waiting is real, and it's measured by the lifestyle you can afford. So, how do you get started? What does this look like in practice? What makes this possible? This is all made possible by Lifestyle First Retirement Planning, the approach we use at KJ Financial. Every plan starts with your vision. What does your ideal retirement look like? What income do you need to make it real? We build a guaranteed income foundation using protected lifetime income. We integrate tax optimization so you keep more of what you earn. We use market-based assets for discretionary spending, luxury items, and legacy goals. Like, I'm Kurt H. Jackson, retirement lifestyle architect. I'm licensed in Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, and Florida. If you're in St. Louis, Missouri, or anywhere in those states, this approach is available to you. The best retirement plans are built years before retirement, not the week before you stop working. You've seen just what's possible when you start your retirement income planning early. So 4 hypothetical scenarios based on real numbers for couples in St. Louis, Missouri. The question is now, what do your numbers look like? And that's exactly what we want to find out on a retirement income blueprint call. It's free. It's 15 to 30 minutes. And at the end, you'll have a clear picture of how much guaranteed retirement income your savings could generate and what the cost of waiting looks like for your specific situation. You can go to you'll see the link there on here. It's also down below in the below the video. And you can book your free retirement income blueprint call. And like I said, there's a link below. The numbers don't lie. The only question is whether you'll act today or you'll pay the price of waiting. So book your call now. Now, this video wouldn't be complete without our compliance disclaimer. This is educational only. It's not tax, legal, or individualized investment advice. Guarantees rely on the issuing insurer's claims paying ability. Any figures shown are illustrative and may differ for your situation based on age, health, product features, fees, allocations, and market conditions.